Sambunan, everyone. Hello, my name is Tato Kumalo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, I am celebrating a huge, very big milestone. Today, on the day that I am recording this video, I have reached 90 days, 90 whole days of not drinking, zero alcohol, not a sip, not a drop of alcohol. I'm so happy.
See, mama, see my. Oh. Andonwabe.
I am so happy. As the title says, I have 5 strategies that I implemented that helped me to not drink and to stay sober. Now, these strategies do intertwine into each other, and I think all 5 of them should be implemented. However, you don't necessarily need to have all 5 in place to have a success story of your own. I will say though that I think that strategy 1, strategy 2, and 5 are crucial and were very crucial for me in order to get to the 90 days. Now, I started the 90 days because I thought, let me participate in Dry Jan, right? Now, I've wanted to participate in Dry Jan years before, October years before, and I wasn't quite successful. But this particular Dry Jan, I thought to approach it differently. And so I hit the 30-day milestone, and I was like, well, I'm not craving alcohol. This is not too bad. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. So then I extended it to 60 days. And once I got to day 71, I think I even took a screenshot of it. I don't know why day 71, but once I got to day 71, I was like, yeah, okay, let me just get to a clean number, 90, and today marks 90 days of me not consuming any alcohol. Without wasting any more of your time, let me take you through the 5 strategies that I used to stop drinking. Now, the very first strategy is willpower. We need to understand willpower. Now, please stay with me here, because when I heard this concept, it took a while to grasp, it took a while to understand, but I finally get it. So stick with me here. If it was as easy as willing something away, then it wouldn't be hard to stop drinking. It wouldn't be hard to stop smoking. It wouldn't be hard to lose weight, to stop being addicted to sex, to spending money impulsively, or whatever your vice is. Literally, if it was that easy as willing something away, we wouldn't be struggling this much. The concept of willpower shouldn't carry as much value and as much stature as it currently carries. What bothers me, I think, is that if we rely entirely on willpower and we're not able to will something away, is that you feel like such a failure and it sends you down a spiral. Okay, so let me make an example. You are told that you get a diagnosis, right? That you have an alcohol related disease and you need to stop drinking, right? In order to get healthier. So you get rid of all the alcohol in your house, and lo and behold, a few days down the line, you've gone to the store to buy a bottle of your favorite liquor and you are drinking it. Or you are told that you're obese and it's affecting your quality of life and it's introducing certain illnesses into your body, right? And so after you leave the doctor's appointment, when you go to sign up for the gym, you get a personal trainer, you clean out your cupboards, you go grocery shopping, and you buy all the healthy foods. And lo and behold, on your first day, which is on a Monday, that afternoon, you're already driving to your favorite takeaway spot. Okay? Can you imagine the spiral that's going to happen that Monday afternoon when you start eating unhealthy? And that spiral takes you down another spiral, because then you're wondering, why am I not strong enough? Why do I not have any willpower? Why did that bad diagnosis help me change my life? Do I not want to get better? Do I not want things to be better for myself and my family? What's wrong with me? So that's my issue with this concept of willpower. And this take on willpower was introduced to me when I was watching an episode of The Diary of a CEO. If you know me, you know I'm obsessed with The Diary of a CEO. Stephen was interviewing Chris Van Tulken. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, but I will insert a picture of that particular episode. Chris has a book called Ultra Processed Foods, UPF. Now, he has a separate chapter where he talks about willpower, and he approaches it from the angle of willing yourself to eat healthy, willing yourself to lose weight. And he's like, how do we expect people to have the willpower to change their lives when literally we are being fed food that has chemicals that are altering our gut, chemicals that are altering our behaviors, chemicals that are altering how we think, that are altering our brains, that when we step out of the house, we are literally at every corner met with unhealthy choices, one unhealthy choice after the next. How can you just say to people, simple, have willpower to change your life? It's not possible. And the same applies with not drinking or any other bad habit. I think what we need to understand, or what's important, is that the bad habits, like the good habits, literally become part of our DNA. They literally become part of our fabric, part of our routines, part of our habit. The habit I have now of lighting a candle every time I feel stressed simply replaced the habits that I used to have to reach out for a glass of wine when I was feeling stressed. So you can't expect something to be part of your routine or part of your fabric and you expect to just will it away. It's not possible. Simply thinking it away is really not that simple. So I think in conclusion, it is important that we grasp this understanding on willpower so that we implement other strategies with the understanding that other things need to be in place in order for willpower to power through. In order for willpower to actually work, other things need to be in place. Now that we've let go of the concept of willpower, sort of, we're getting there almost. We can move into the second strategy, which is a change of environment. Now, around mid to late last year, I finally took the plunge and I changed careers, which led me to changing the company that I was working for. And that literally changed my life, because for the first time in over a year, I wasn't expected to work for 9 hours or more. I wasn't expected to work on weekends. I could go on holiday and not have to carry my laptop with me. For the first time, my time was mine. My time was mine to do with as I please. I could spend more time with friends. I could finally pursue other passions, which was going back to learning how to play the piano. I still can't play a full song, but I'm getting there. And finally I could start this YouTube channel, which I had been delaying for so many years. So literally I was in a better space mentally. I love Mondays. I no longer have Sunday anxiety. I love Mondays. I love the work that I do. Yes, it's got its own stresses, but I even enjoy the stress that comes with the work that I do. So I think that realistically, it's easier to navigate and slowly start moving your bad habits once you're in a better mental space. That's it. Honestly, you just need to improve your mental state. So for you, it might not be a work environment, but it could be something else. It could be maybe a bad toxic relationship that you're in. And I don't just mean a love interest relationship. It could be a relationship with a friend, a relationship with a sibling. Whatever the bad environment is for you, slowly start working your way and changing it, because it's really not easy to change your environment. It wasn't easy to change my job, right? I didn't have an option to just quit my job and stay at home. I needed to start job hunting when it was really seriously affecting my mental health. I started to job hunt, and it took months and months of applying, going for interviews before I landed a job that was right, an environment that I felt was right for me and my career growth. So let's take it back to the concept of willpower, right? There is no part of me, none whatsoever, that thinks I would have been able to reach 90 days of not drinking or even start fasting if I was still in a toxic work environment. There's no part of me that thinks that. It wouldn't have happened. I know this for a fact because I had tried so much to do Octobers over the years, to do dry Jan over the years. It just, I couldn't get it done. I couldn't get it done. This is the first time I could get it done because I was happier, because I was in a better mental space. As an example, before, yes, sure, I didn't drink on a daily basis, right? But for the 1, 2, or 3 days that I wasn't drinking, I was most certainly thinking about alcohol. Okay. I was most certainly thinking about alcohol, and I was exercising this fancy willpower. But one wrong email down the line, one broken Excel formula, one long, exhausting day.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Today drained me.
And I was reaching out for that glass of wine. So willpower did not work. The maximum it got me was probably 3 days, and that was it. It was chai time. So that's it. When I was and I still am in a happier environment, I no longer had the triggers. I no longer had the triggers that made me reach for a glass of wine. Strategy number 3 is don't stop living. This is very important. Every time I would attempt a dry Jan or October, I literally would tell my friends, don't call me, you don't have my number, leave me alone for 30 days. Now, if you know me, you know I love the outdoors. You know that I love going out. And so what I was trying to achieve, or what I thought was a good idea, is to stay locked up in the house so that I can achieve this 30 days of October or this 30 days of dry Jan. That is a huge, huge, huge mistake. Not drinking is meant to be a positive improvement in your life, and it can't be a positive improvement in your life if it cancels out other activities that fill your cup up, right? So it's very, very important that whatever other activities that you typically do, that you carry on doing them. Now it will be challenging, especially if those activities in the past typically involved drinking alcohol. But try it out. I think once I took the plunge and I went on my first outing, and I took it slowly. The first outing was with one person, and then gradually I increased it to more people. I then realized that I can still socialize, I can still be around people, I can still have fun without drinking. I can't tell you how many nights or times I've gotten home after midnight, partying up a storm, and being sober. Like, it actually happens, it's possible. So I think the big message here is that don't stop filling up your cup. There's more than one ways that we fill up our cups, and stopping one bad habit cannot cancel out the other good habits. Okay, we're on number 4. Sehamba, sigo number 4. And I'm vibing to number 4. You'll understand why. Because strategy number 4 is to have a support system around you. Now, it is no one's problem. It is no one's fault that when you decided in 2024 that you are going to quit drinking or you're going to reduce drinking. It really isn't anyone's problem, and you cannot have expectations on other people. However, I do think it's important to have a supportive base around you. I didn't make an announcement to say that I'm pursuing, I'm going on dry Jan. I did not make an announcement. Only when I went out and it was, hey, what are we drinking? Are we getting a bottle of wine? Then I'll say, oh, actually, I'm doing dry Jan, or I'm just not drinking at the moment. But each time I said it, my friends did not question it, did not argue it. They fell in line. They literally carried the torch for me, and that is very, very, very important. With the understanding that it's no one's problem, I will say though that it really does help if people in your immediate circle, some of them don't drink. It really, 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 really is helpful, right? So I found that when I went out and then said, oh no, I'm not drinking, that I discovered, oh, there's another friend who's not drinking, right? Then you're like, oh great, oh my god, how's it going, how long has it been? And we're comparing notes, and then we're sharing, oh, what are you drinking? Oh, that mocktail looks good. I know it's silly, but it really, 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 really does help. It really does help to have a few people around you that are also not drinking, and you literally have someone in real time that you're observing that's also not drinking. It's really, really helpful. I think what not drinking also does, which is actually interesting, is that it gives other people the license, right? So let me explain it in this way. So let's say you're on a night out, you've gone out with a couple of people, and yeah, it's chai time now, but no one is actually brave enough to be the first one to say they want to go home. And then finally someone is like, actually guys, I'm going home. Then all of a sudden what you'll notice is that other people will be like, oh yeah, I was also thinking about going home. Oh yeah, I'm actually quite tired, I've got an early morning tomorrow. So that's what I'm talking about when I am speaking of a license. I think for me, last year 2023, I had 2 friends who were preparing for the London Marathon. They know who they are, and they stopped drinking for, I think, about 3 months, if I'm not wrong, just to pursue the training objectives in order to run in the London Marathon. And one of those particular friends didn't quite really go back to drinking the way they used to before. And that's the license, or better yet, the inspiration, because I used to ask her all the time, how are you doing it? What do you do with your extra time? And through her being open to answering my questions, I really was inspired, knowing that there's someone like me, someone who used to have so much fun, someone who used to drink, and now we're out and about with them at night, and they're not drinking, and they still are themselves. They're still that fun, engaging friend that they've always been, except this time they're not drinking. That's the license I'm talking about, or inspiration, if you will. So I think it really does help to have a support system around you. We have reached strategy number 5. Sigo number 5. We have made it on number 5. I literally, number 5, I have saved the best for last, and arguably it should be number 1, is to know your why. Why do you have this relationship with alcohol? Now, your why doesn't have to be one why. You could have multiple of whys, but it's important that you understand your why. And your why will require you to dig a little bit deeper. And I think it's important that a person is in a safe environment when they're going through the journey of understanding their relationship with alcohol. So you might need a bit more help than just yourself, and that help can come in the form of therapy or any other safe environment or safe person that can help you through digging deeper and understanding why you have this relationship with alcohol. I wholeheartedly believe in therapy. However, for this particular subject matter, I did not need to go to therapy because I already understood my why. I am an introvert, and I grew up as a shy and quiet child, shy and quiet teenager, and I observed the social currency that came with being an extrovert. So when I was introduced to alcohol, that's what I became. I was funny, I was loud, all the things I wanted to say and I was too shy to say, I could say them when I was drinking. Alcohol and who I was when I was drinking gave me the pointers, the social currency pointers that I so badly wanted. And so for a long time, I just did not know what I looked like socially without alcohol. I didn't know who I was socially without alcohol. I didn't know what that version of myself was. Do I still have a voice? Am I still fun? What does it look like? I didn't know. And so that's why strategy number 3 for me became very important. If you recall, strategy number 3 was to not stop living. That became extremely important for me, is to continue being outdoors, to continue socializing while I'm pursuing this journey of being sober. And you know what happened? You know what I discovered? I discovered that I'm still funny. I'm funny. I discovered that I'm interesting. I discovered that I'm still interested, that I have opinions, I have valuable opinions, that I can contribute to conversations, that I can contribute to a gathering, right? That I can still be life of the party and not drink. I can't tell you how many times I've come home 1 a.m., midnight in my sober state. And so for the first time in a long time, now I know who I am without alcohol. Now I understand that I can still contribute, that I still have a voice, even though I am sober. So I can't stress, like I said, arguably it should be number 1. I can't stress how important it is that you understand why. because only when you understand why can you work from that vantage point. Thank you for staying with me up until this point. I really appreciate it. Yay! We made it! 5 strategies to not drink. Let's do a quick recap. So number 1 is willpower. Don't rely entirely on willpower to help you out through the journey. Number 2 is a change of environment in order to improve your mental state. Number 3. What's number 3? Yo.
A few moments later.
Don't stop living. Continue to do other things that fill your cup. Number 4 is to have a supportive circle. And last but not least, and arguably number 1, is to know your why. Why do you have the current relationship that you have with alcohol? All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this journey. May we continue to be happy and healthy. Please remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and hit the notification bell, because I will certainly be creating a playlist and shooting more videos related to the topic of not drinking. As a disclaimer, let me make a quick disclaimer as well. I am not a professional doctor, therapist. I am not a professional. So take my words with caution. I have not been diagnosed with the disease of alcoholism. I do not believe that I am or was an alcoholic, but I did reach a point in my life where I felt that I need to look into my relationship with alcohol. So these are the strategies that have worked for me. I hope that they'll work for you. However, if you do have the alcoholism disease and you've been informed that you do have, you probably need to get a professional to walk you through the journey of recovery. Thank you, everyone. Stay blessed.